Are you willing to admit I was right about Diablo 4?
He was right, but he was biased. I think overall, D4 is bad, and he's right, D4 is bad, right? Well, we know why Blizzard got worse, but we're not going to go into that. Let's see what happens.
Well, thank God we built you. What a blessing for the community. Do you understand that it is actually statistically harder for a team to be this consistently bad than it is for them to occasionally accidentally be good? The probability is staggering. Do you have any idea how low our expectations are? You are a factory of sadness!
So, are you willing to admit I was right about Diablo 4? I accept.
No. I mean, don't wrong. He was right, but he was biased. Okay. All right. He was right. It's like you work out the answer to the math question, but your working was wrong and incorrect, but you got to the correct answer, right? That's what it's like.
Accept your apology. I tried to tell you guys. I tried to warn you.
I warned you.
But did you listen to me? Oh, well, most of you did, but some of you didn't. Some of you held on to hope. You poor fools. I was eager to see what Blizzard had planned for Season 1 and how this new season would go over with fans who were still playing the game. What I didn't expect is that Diablo 4 would get worse with the new season update. It would actually get so bad to the point where diehard fans who were defending it before the season have now completely given up on the game. What on God's green earth?
Okay, that patch didn't introduce that bug, to be clear here.
Fans who were...
They're acting like this is like they patched this into the game or something. Again, this is getting misread. This bug was always in the game and it's just never been fixed. Okay.
Defending it before the season have now completely given up on the game. What on God's green earth could have possibly occurred to sway sentiment so radically? But that's what we're going to find out today. Let's run through some of the dumb, scummy...
They just nerfed a bunch of shit. And people got real mad. Let's be honest.
Shady, backwards-ass design decisions Blizzard has made.
Like, if he tries to sell that score, that Metacritic score, as some accurate, real thing, I'm gonna be pissed. Because Diablo is not a 2 out of 10 game. That's the reality. The game is not 2 out of 10. Okay, that is just public backlash and outcry, bro. That's all that it is. That's all it is. It's not a real representation of how the game actually is. The game is at least a 5 out of 10, chat. It's at least a 5 out of 10. It is what it is.
With Diablo 4. This isn't for the faint of heart, guys, because things are much worse than we could have possibly imagined. Whoopi Goldberg has demanded a refund for Blizzard because Diablo 4 cannot be played on Mac.
About my favorite game, Diablo. And suddenly now Diablo 4 is not available to me on my Apple computer.
This injustice cannot be allowed.
Give me my Apple 4, because I paid for it. I was all excited for it. I went to play on it, and I'm telling you, this really pissed me off. Tell me next time, say we're done on Apple, but let me have the 4. Let me play on the 4 because you made me so excited for it.
We are truly living in the worst timeline. Anyways, let's get on to the real stuff. As we all know, every game these days needs a battle pass, otherwise it's trash.
If you don't know, wait, Whoopi Goldberg's like this really old, super famous chick. She's basically like Oprah or something.
Garbage, nobody's ever gonna play it. So naturally, Diablo 4 has one. This alone might make it a masterpiece in many people's eyes. However, in most games with battle passes, you expect to earn enough currency in that battle pass to purchase the next one. It's kind of a nice reward for players who don't spend money but invest the time so that they can get the premium rewards in the next pass. Or, you know, you can use the currency to buy specific items, skins, emotes, whatever. They have crafted what is quite possibly the scummiest, dirtiest battle pass ever. If you complete the Season 1 pass, you earn 666 Diablo fun bucks. Ha! I see what you did there. 666. Ooh, that's so cute. Except you can't purchase fucking anything with...
Okay, dude. The devil, Raphael, was 666 HP because he was the devil, and that was a cool touch. Okay, 666 is a cool number. Okay, buddy.
666 coins in Diablo 4. Man, you guys should really hire a...
He was 666 HP.
A fucking 4th grade math student, because your math is awful. This, of course, is the same scummy tactic Microsoft used to use with Xbox points before they ditched that concept in 2013. A decade old. Yes, it is that outdated. What Blizzard is doing right now. They create a currency, they create that currency's value, and then they make a fucked up conversion rate, so you never have exactly as many points as the thing you want to purchase.
Yeah.
That is by design. So you will always feel the need to purchase more points. But Blizzard...
This is like fucking every game ever. It's like every game. This is literally every game ever. It says, oh, whoa, my brain is exploding right now. But this is every game ever does this. Yeah. And the reason why they convert it to a different currency is because your brain dissociates like the money dollar value with this fake currency value. So you actually spend more. Yeah.
Took it a step further than that. Oh boy, they have been thinking months and seasons ahead with how fucking scummy this is. As one Reddit user points out, if you try to use coins to only buy battle passes, look at this math. With a price of 1,000 coins per battle pass, getting 666 coins means that on your second pass, you'll have 1,332. Great, you can get a battle pass and have 332 coins left over. However, on the season 3 pass, getting 666 coins means you will have 998, exactly too short of getting another battle pass. This is wild to me, because even in Call of Duty, they give you enough credits in the battle pass to buy the next one. Somehow, the battle pass gets worse though, because if you purchase the ultimate or deluxe edition of D4, well, it's safe to say you're probably a hardcore fan. You deserve a nice reward for spending that little extra bit of money. So they gave players a premium battle pass, one that Blizzard themselves said could be redeemed for any season. What's that? Maybe you don't like the current season gimmick of Malignant Hearts and all that? Oh, that's fine. You can redeem the pass later. However, if you scroll to the seasonal page, it will highlight the activate premium pass option. So if
and your mouse starts on it, you have dark patterns, the mouse starts over it. Do you know what? I thought initially when I saw this, I was like, there's no way they did this intentionally. But you know what? Fuck, man. I by mistake clicked that shit. Well, no, I clicked it and I was like, wait, it just went without even a prompt. I'm on the fence now, whether or not, after thinking about it more and after seeing, like, you know, putting it in the context of how scummy Blizzard have been recently, I'm on the fucking fence. That could have been a bug, or it could absolutely have been some bullshit to just fuck people over. Bro, there is no fence. I don't know. I think it absolutely could have been purposeful, and it could have been intentional. But then I think it could have also just been, you know, this bad RNG. Yeah, it could have just been bad RNG. But you know what? I've gone from the fence to being more like, do you know what? It probably was intentional. It probably was.
You hit A by accident. Oops.
Let's see if it counted.
Classic.
No!
What?
No!
And this crashed this game as well.
Bro, if that thing activated...
Did you make it crash, or did the game actually just crash?
The game actually just crashed. I hope it crashed and it didn't activate it. Like, if that's a one-click activation, fuck you, dude.
Be right back.
Fuck you!
People should have the ability to refund that one, and they need to put a prompt on it. But I think they have put a prompt, but you should also be able to refund it if you want. Or they should give every single person who got the deluxe edition, just give that one for free and give them another redeem for the next one. Because that's some bullshit, right? Let's be real.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
You've just redeemed the battle pass. Oh boy, that's so unfortunate. Oh, what a bad stroke of luck you just had. Tee-hee. Looks like Blizzard just made a little fucky wucky with the battle pass in the UI. Isn't that so cute? Yeah, it's cute how fucking desperate you are for people to keep playing this game. You have to resort to using dark patterns. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's not 100% confirmed, though. Anyone who says this is 100% confirmed, unless they say they did it deliberately, which they haven't, it's not 100% confirmed. So you cannot act. It's not 99%. Why would the guy who codes the interface have some crazy agenda to try and make them do it? Like, the person who would want them to do that would be like some guy in a suit who'd be like, hey, fuck them over. Make them so they spend it. Make it really easy to fucking spend money. Okay, design the UI in such a way where it fucking literally makes people misclick onto shit and just don't even put a prompt box on it so they can't like regret the decision. Boom, minus $100.
How do your business practices continue to get more scummy? How do you get worse over time? What is a dark pattern? A dark pattern is a UI that is specifically crafted to trick users into redeeming things, purchasing things that they otherwise wouldn't have, right? It's a UI without safeguards.
Yeah.
When you click log out of RuneScape,
that shit should be illegal. That shit should be illegal. Bro, My dad put a fucking game for my kid on his tablet, and it like come up like she lost, right? And it's like try again, and then there's like this huge like green arrow pointing towards a thing saying like it's fucking go again, but like money, it's got a big dollar, whatever. She's like she's lucky he had no money in his account because it was like so easy to just spend money.
It takes 2 clicks instead of 1, so you don't do that by mistake. This is the most basic fucking concept when it comes to user interface design, but it's surprisingly missing in this game. You know, Epic Games used a dark pattern in Fortnite that they ended up having to pay over $500 million for. Yeah, $275 million to the FTC and $245 million to refund players that were tricked and duped into paying for things they otherwise wouldn't have. Obviously, this isn't as bad as what Epic did, but it's the same intention.
Is it a dark pattern when someone says like, yo, you can do this for 1 month free, but then after like 5 days, it fucking charges your card with like a 1-year subscription? Okay, sweet ass.
This would be like if you hit the add to cart button on Amazon and it just purchased it for you and refused a refund. Nope. You click the one button. Nope. You're stuck with it. Blizzard is also refusing refunds, right? This is what they said. Once claimed, a Diablo 4 Battle Pass cannot be revoked. Customer service is unable to assist with removing or reissuing already claimed passes.
That's some bullshit. If they want to prove that shit wasn't a dark pattern, A, they need to patch the game to put a prompt in. B, they need to literally give every single person who bought the premium version of the game the Battle Pass Season 1 for free and get them a new token for another one. Right? Straight up.
Go fuck yourself. The amount of predatory practices in Diablo 4 is so outrageous at this point, I'm surprised Chris Hansen hasn't shown up.
You want to explain yourself?
It's not predatory. You already paid for the Battle Pass. You just accidentally clicked it. Maybe read the prompts on your screen?
Objection!
Not predatory, you say. Accidentally clicked? It shouldn't be possible to misclick something like this. That's what the UI designers are for. That's what safeguards are for. Are you sure you want to redeem the Battle Pass?
Pressing button X dismantles the gear clearly isn't enough to prevent him from doing it. And so we actually ended up adding a safety mechanism that you don't just have to tap a button to dismantle your gear, Dustin. You have to press and hold the button, and the more valuable the piece of gear, the longer you have to hold it to dismantle it.
In their season...
Didn't the mouse also start over the button? I'm pretty sure the mouse like teleported over the button, right? Did that not happen as well? Wasn't it like you opened the screen and the mouse teleported over the button? Which is like, on control. Oh, was it controller gamers? Controller, not mouse. Okay, so yeah. Classic. The scamming the lowest IQ, demographic.
Season of the Malignant
Get fucked.
blog post, Blizzard says this: if you purchase the deluxe or ultimate edition of Diablo 4 and want to redeem your battle pass for this season, navigate to the season section of the shop and select the option to activate your battle pass. If it ain't predatory, where's the fucking option? This is one of the scummiest things I've ever seen Blizzard try to pull. But once you start viewing Blizzard's decisions with Diablo...
Wait. Are we all sold? Are you guys all sold on that 100% Blizz did it? Like 100%. Are you all sold? That'd be weird. I just don't see... But then again, maybe that's... I don't know what it's like. I don't know what the vibe... What's the vibe like? After talking to the devs, I feel like the dev would just be like, what are you on about, bro? That's cringe, bro. Like, no, we can't do that. Like, that's what I see. Like, a guy just going like, no, dude, we're not doing that. Like, why would that guy be... Why would the guy who's obsessed with money... Why would the money suit guy go into the office to do that?
Through the lens of maximizing player retention and revenue, then everything falls into place. It all makes sense.
So if you were a product person, you couldn't change the course of that company very much.
Shit.
So who influenced the success of PepsiCo? The sales and marketing people.
Yep.
Therefore, they were the ones that got promoted, and therefore they were the ones that ran the company. It turns out the same thing can happen in technology companies. So the people that can make the company more successful are sales and marketing people. And they end up running the companies.
It's dumb
as fuck.
And
the product people
get
driven out of decision-making forums.
And later we find out that they had dramatically slashed the budget for Warcraft 3 Reforged.
I mean, if they're paying the marketing team of Diablo 4 like any substantial amount of money, like these are some brain dead. Like, dude, the marketing for D4 is so fucking abysmal. Like, they need to. It's like they're causing damage each time they release a fucking YouTube video. It's like they're doing damage to the net worth of the fucking company. It's not even, it's like negative. You're paying people to make your game like look worse and shittier.
Forged to almost nothing. and it's pretty clear to me that it came from the top, maybe even Kotick directly. They screwed the game that we all wanted to see for money because they thought there was no money in this.
And the companies forget what it means to make great products.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
It's kind of base, though. That is a base take. That is a base take. I'm going to be honest, that guy's base, by the way. It's funny, though, that they've actually managed to make retail so dog shit, though. That classic is somehow... No, it's a correct take. It is genuinely a correct take. You need to have devs that know what people actually want, and often the people don't know what they want. And if you just capitulate and you do whatever the fuck people are asking for, you make your game worse. Now, they've run retail WoW into the ground with just terrible decision making and awful monetization. And actually, do you know what? It makes Classic actually pretty attractive in comparison. But the fact of the matter is, like, you know, at that point in time, no, I don't think that the Classic server is worth a play. You know, it's just a shame what happened to retail. I mean, it's basically the reason why. The fact of the matter is, the reason why retail's so bad is because Blizzard, all the best people who are running the company, all the people who have the good principles, the good morals, the good fucking ideas, they've all fucked off. So they can't make a good game now. So and that's why the old game is actually unironically, fundamentally, from a, you know, just from a core design principle, it's just better. It is just better. But at that point, they could have just keep making the game. They should have kept making new iterations to make World of Warcraft better. But they can't because the game's, you know, heart and soul has been ripped out, and the fucking brains that were running it have been just completely lobotomized. And the only thing that's left is just like turn this thing into a vehicle and sell out this IP as much as possible to make as much profit as possible, right?
Sort of the product sensibility and the product genius that brought them to that monopolistic position gets rotted out by people running these companies who have no conception of a good product versus a bad product.
True.
We want to use mobile devices as the platform for a new Diablo game.
They have no conception of the craftsmanship that's required to take a good idea and turn it into a good product. And they really have no feeling in their hearts, usually, about wanting to really help the customers.
So my theory is Blizzard knew players weren't going to react well to...
This is the most tone-deaf patch I've seen in 15 years of gaming. There is no good reason to make this as... To make us... Reactivate... Okay, a waypoint. Okay, patch notes summarized in one line. Fixed an issue where players had hope and future of Diablo 4. Classic. Dude, it's hard to read these, okay, because it's a fucking line, dude. Okay, I'm not making the rules. All right.
To some of the changes they made in the patch. So to keep some hardcore players invested, they used a dark pattern to trick them into redeeming the battle pass.
Oh, shit. Fuck. I was trying to click Season Journey.
Like the first time I got in a Legendary in an internal build, I did this.
Get
I accidentally
fucked.
dismantled it because we didn't have any safeguards. And I was so angry. I was ready to go over and punch somebody on the UI team.
Well, I guess I have the fucking battle pass now. God damn it. That is fucking sneaky, dude. That pisses me off so much. I might as well claim all my fucking rewards.
You might as well redeem those rewards.
Did you guys get invested, though, whenever you had the Battle Pass? I had the Battle Pass, and it didn't make me any more invested. If anything, it's just every time I saw the Battle Pass screen, it made me feel a little bit sick. It made me not like the game as much. It was like the opposite. I saw the Battle Pass screen, and I was just like, ugh. It's like, just get that out of my fucking... I hate all that interface bullshit where you, like, open an interface and there's these fucking little red stars and everything, and you click stuff, and it's like, ping, reward, ping, reward. It just, like, every time, it's like someone's spitting on me. I'm getting spat on. That's what it feels like. I don't like it at all. I hate all the UI dog shit, like fucking rewards, red dots. Oh look, you got 5 red dots here, bro. Better go in there. Click, and it's like, I mean, I've seen it. 2 hitters just going in and clicking their red dots, and they're like, they're like coming or whatever. But I don't know, because I'm so jaded from seeing all the dog shit all these game companies have been pulling. Anytime I see that, I just associate it with some trash, dog shit, aggressive monetization, mobile game trash. That's what I associate it with. So it just permanently leaves like a bad taste in my mouth, just even seeing that. So seeing the battle pass, it honestly just doesn't motivate me to play the game more or commit me further to the game. I just see the battle pass and it makes me just a little bit sick.
Might as well grind out the rest of the battle pass, cause oopsie doopsie, looks like you redeemed it, fella. Better keep playing Diablo 4. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop playing this game ever for any reason. Keep playing. Old Blizzard is dead. And if you're like me, it's time you finally realize that.
Well, Blizzard is dead. It is a corpse. It is a corpse being puppeteered by Activision and Bobby Kotick. And it's going to be used as basically a factory to put the Blizzard stamp on things and stoke nostalgia to get sales. And that's it. That's it.
Running out of
that's why some things just need to die. And do you know what was so refreshing about Baldur's Gate? I bet Baldur's Gate, bro, and it just ended. And there was no like, log in to fucking do this and more shit to like, so you can't, keep playing the game to go to our shop to buy the MTX or anything. It just ended, bro. And that's what good things need to do. Good things just need to end. Okay, they need to end. They don't need to keep fucking making like season 8, season 9, season 10, like milking an IP to the point where it's just this, emaciated fucking cow, just fuck it, they fucking find a high night, some good points, end it. All right, you can start a new venture, do some other things. Okay, make a new game, make a new IP, do some other things at a certain point. Pee-wee's dog shit. Hey, ultimately that's what they're doing though. Pee-wee, they are going, do you know what, Pee-wee 1's cool and all, but they are doing the clap and they are starting the Pee-wee 2 and they are starting like the 100%. And it's like, I feel like that needs to happen. And I feel like Blizzard, they could imagine some of the crazy shit they could have made if they just started some new things instead of just trying to milk it and monetize it. Imagine what they could have done.
Storage space is an issue that 100% of all Diablo 4 players will run into at some point. So naturally, the new season introduces a mandatory item that takes up more inventory space. It exacerbates the issue even further. The Diablo fans have universally praised the presence of malignant hearts in the normal inventory slot. I have not heard a single person criticize this at all. The lack of a gem tab has been universally praised by all Diablo fans.
So you guys remember how people were complaining over the fact that gems took up too much stash space? Blizzard fixed that problem. You want to know how they fixed that problem? I can guarantee you that almost nobody's going to be complaining about bag space because of gems. Because your bags are going to be filled with fucking malignant hearts. Holy crap. But look at this shit. This is like 3 dungeons. I'm not exaggerating. This is 3 malignant dungeons worth of items. Are you kidding me?
And you have to go to some cunty vendor to salvage them as well. You can't even salvage them easily. You can't even salvage them legit. You gotta like fucking run over to some cunty. Why can't you just salvage them with the fucking salvage guy at least? Goddamn.
This company gave even a molecule of a shit about the fans, about providing the best experience for those fans. Limited stash wouldn't even be something we're talking about. But why? Why is the stash space such a contentious issue?
Oh, he wants to bring this up. Wait, didn't he? Wasn't he going on about in the first one? Wasn't he going on about having not much? No, maybe I'm mixing up. I'm mixing up Shroud with fucking Shroud literally wants he likes the fact that there's not much stash space and it's like a mini game.
Well, it's the same reason they made teleport
based
cost 2 seconds longer. Blizzard is trying to milk every single microsecond of playtime out of you. The less storage you have, the more time you spend micromanaging your inventory.
Look at my stash.
Wait, he confirmed it's because they added the reset dungeon back into the game, and they wanted to disincentivize people from reset dungeon spamming, so they made it take longer to port out of the dungeon to add opportunity cost to resetting the dungeon. That was the reason why they added that. It wasn't to milk every second. It was to disincentivize the gameplay loop that was probably not as fun as what they wanted you to do. That's what it was. That was the reality. Okay, but it came off as they just want you to stay in the game for an dude. Okay, so what? They added 2 seconds on every time you leave dungeon. You leave dungeon 1 out of every 10 dungeons. How many dungeons you do in your lifetime during one season? 500? So that's going to be, we're talking fucking a minute, 2 minutes of gameplay. Oh yeah, that's really going to make a difference whether or not you're going to buy something or not. No, if anything, the amount you get triggered by the extended cast is going to make you dislike the game more and make you quit the game earlier, and it's going to have the opposite. No, it's not some money thing. It's to disincentivize a gameplay loop, which they thought was bad. Okay, that's all there was to it. Yeah, it was shitty and a dumb change though. And it came off wrong, especially because of how negatively charged people are when it comes to Diablo 4.
I don't. Okay, whatever. I guess we're supposed to spend even more time fucking around with our stashes.
Blizzard, can you just cut the shit? Why are you playing stupid fucking games with me and the rest of the Diablo fan base? Why are you wasting your time trying to trick me and the rest of us into playing this game? Have you ever thought about making a good video game? No! And the game is so fun, I want to keep playing it? Whoa! Radical concept, bro!
What is that fucking chair he's got, bro? What the fuck is this goddamn scorpion chair, bro?
Radical concept!
What the fuck is that thing? Like, literally, what is this? Is he gonna fucking, is he Neo? Is he about to go into the fucking Matrix? What the fuck is that?
Bro, that's fucking crazy! People don't play video games because they're fun anymore. What? What is that nonsense? Enough nickel and diming us of our precious time. Just make a good video game. How is this such a radical concept? Quality of life? What does that mean? I have no idea. But now because of Blizzard's dog shit game design.
What is this? Stash UI Dream Ideas search bar. Oh my god, could you imagine the game in a search bar? What? More stash tabs, filters, type of gear. Whoa, more slots. Dude, this is next gen. No way, dude. They could have this? Impossible. The technology, it doesn't exist. They can't do this. They wouldn't do this. It doesn't fit on a TV screen for the console gamers, bro, okay? They're not going to do that, okay, doggy? Diggy dogs? It's just not going to happen. Bro, if they can make Baldur's Gate fucking work on a console, dog, all right, I'm sorry. You can make it work. If they can make, like, straight up, if they can make fucking Path of Exile work on a fucking console, dude, they can handle the UI. Bro, Aris has farmed out a fucking Mirror of Calandra and a fucking Mage Blood, okay? And he's on a fucking console on Path of Exile, all right? Like, dog, you don't need to you can have that interface. It'll work. You can make the storage space bigger, although they can't because apparently bad coding. I mean, there's a post where they say you load everyone else's inventory when you're inside of a fucking town. So that's why they can't increase the storage capacity, which is just the most insane batshit fucking thing I've ever heard. But hey.
And players have to figure out their own workarounds for this. They have to create mule characters to hold more inventory. Either that or you just have to say screw it and get rid of the items you don't want to.
I'm actually to the point where I'm going to have to start getting rid of perfect powers that are actually valuable. In Diablo 3, when you would complete a season journey, it would give you an extra tab. Can we get 1 or 2 or 10 for completing it, please?
People shouldn't have to ask.
They're giving us 1, right? They're giving us 1, dude. Even if they gave us 1 and then doubled the inventory capacity, it would still not be enough. It's insane.
Ask for a scoreboard in Battlefield games. They shouldn't have to ask for a Slayer playlist in Halo. And they shouldn't have to ask for adequate storage space in a game that is all about collecting fucking loot. And the worst part, this is by design. This is intentional. Blizzard did use its community managers to soak up the sniper bullets fired from...
I mean, do you think it's... Because I was thinking that. I was thinking, do you know what? These cunts have deliberately not given us enough space to then sell us fucking tabs. But you know what they haven't done? Is sell us fucking tabs. Do you know what they have done? They've said it's a literal technical... There's a technical reason. There's like a fucking back-end server reason why they're not doing it. Right? Yet. I agree, yet they haven't sold it. But they are saying, do you think they're just making up a lie? It sounds good. Do you think do you think Joseph Pipora would just straight up make lies? He's not even a fucking main guy. He's a fucking just a game designer who works there. He's a senior game dev, right? He's not some fucking... I don't think he's allowed to just make up lies. All right? I don't think he's allowed to just make up fucking lies. I don't know. I think it's plausible. I think it's plausible that some dogshit spaghetti coding trash, some archaic system from back in the day, which had some reason to exist, which no longer has a reason to exist. Maybe some old trading mechanic where people could like auction house their items. I don't know. There's some reason. There has to, like, I think it's then him just making up some massive fucking lie, which doesn't make really much sense at all. Because you can often tell lies because they're really obvious, but then other lies, when something's so weird and doesn't make any sense at all, that's normally reality because that's how reality is. A lot of shit just like, it's just weird. It's just weird. Like, oh yeah, you have to like load everyone else's stash when you go into a fucking town. They're like, what? Money talks. What do you think that is? Someone paid, hey, Pipora, here, I'm going to pay you like 50 grand to make a lie on Twitter about this. Like, no, dude, they wouldn't have done that. No, dude, they wouldn't have done that.
Base in a game that is all about collecting fucking loot. And the worst part, this is by design. This is intentional. Blizzard did use its community managers to soak up the sniper bullets fired from upset fans and force those community managers to give some dumbass excuse that is so stupid it would have been better if they completely ignored this and didn't even mention it. When you see another player in game, you load them.
He's not a community manager. That's a game developer. That's a senior game developer. Okay, that's a senior game dev.
And their entire stash filled with all their items. This is no different than when 343 said they couldn't add a Slayer playlist to Halo Infinite because of UI limitations. It's like, but you designed the game this way. You designed these limitations. No other online RPG I've ever played has ever had these issues. How the fuck does RuneScape work? What kind of wizardry is that? My bank?
Yeah.
Look at all.
It's no one's doubting this dog shit like back end design, right? There's no one's doubting that. Nobody is doubting that. It's completely like literally people were doing this shit 20 years ago. Like it's insane. It's insane actually. But I think it could be a reality, and they may have to do a bunch of bullshit coding. I think Neversink had a really good post on this, actually. I'm about to give up. Did he delete it? Is it gone now? Okay, whatever, dude. He had a pretty good thread on it. Basically, it is plausible. It's very plausible. The TLDR is it's dog shit coding, terrible design, but it's probably for a past feature they were planning to implement in the past, and it got left in as some archaic shit that's now there as a remnant, and it's some spaghetti code that's cucking them currently, and they're going to have to work and do a decent amount of jigging to fix it. That's the reality.
All these slots I have in my bank. How the hell does this game load this for every other player in the server?
This? Okay, we got it. It's someone find it. This question has been answered by expert because it's likely that D4 uses a non-SQL database, aka MongoDB or Amazon services, which preload everything into memory for speed and save bandwidth between server, but there's costs. On the other hand, it uses more energy and more memory to load it. It's not as simple as you think. It's a give and take. You mixed up a bunch of terms, but this is ultimately confirmed that I was exactly spot on. At least item data, equip, stash, inventory, potentially even achievements and everything else is stored on one blob/player. The same object schema being used by the client, by the server, by the client players when they encounter other players. This sadly implies there's a ton of unused data, and in the best case, being transferred for no reason. Holy shit! It goes on, bro. I'm not going to read this whole fucking thing, to be fair. They're talking about, like, the data being shared and... The fact of the matter is, I don't think that the lying. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just dog shit coding. And that's what I think it is. I think it's just dog shit coding, and it's some old thing they were building in the past, right? That got scrapped, that's there, and you're feeling the, that wonky design is... Now they're just using some, like, they had to, like, jerry-rig it, and it's just... This is old shit in there that's just fucking things up. And they're going to have to obviously fix that. And they're going to fix it. They're going to fix it. Zombie code. Yeah, that sounds... There you go, dude. That's what I think is going to happen. I just don't think it's genuinely some shit where they're just lying and making it up.
It's just insane, dude.
Which is not what he's saying, by the way. He's just saying... No, I think he's saying they're just dog shit coding, right? I think he's saying bad code.
No other online RPG I've ever played has ever had these issues. How the fuck does RuneScape work? What kind of wizardry is that? My bank? Look at all these slots I have in my bank. How the hell does this game load this for every other player in the server? That is just insane, dude. Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that. How the hell did you guys get WoW to work? How did you possibly manage that? That is the greatest technical achievement in modern human history. Okay, so he's also saying that if we weren't forced to load other players and their stash inventory, right? Okay, run with me on this. If we weren't forced to do that, we could have a bigger stash.
They're gonna fix
shit. Oh no! What's that? Diablo 4 is an always online video game? Gosh.
Okay. Wow. He's farming. He's farming now. Okay. The always I hate that. I hate this argument. The always online thing. I don't, it is what it is. It is what it is, though. Let him farm. He's farming it. It's just, this is just a thing. You just say that. It's like you say default bad, just like you say always online video game bad. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a buzzword. It's a buzzword. And the reality is, one of the fundamental pillars of, in my opinion, when it comes to like ARPGs that are competitive, that is security of items and loot. So people can't just like edit gear, hack gear, duplicate gear, any of that shit. So you need it to be always online. That's just for your gear to feel valuable, for you to be like, look what I got, bro. It has to be secure. If it's not secure, you can't do that because like, well, you just edited that in, bro. You just carried it. You just play. Yeah, that's a reality. That's what it needs to have. So it's just a bad argument. Obviously, I'm biased though. I'm a player that likes to fucking farm badass loot and be like feel good about it. Whereas another game that's purely single player and it's just a fucking story game, like a CRPG, for example. I wouldn't give a fuck if some guy's cheating in Baldur's Gate 3. Wouldn't bother me at all. But yo, guess what? If there was offline mode of D4 and everyone was just like, oh, the new patch comes out, people just test it offline with edited gear, with edited characters, and they immediately defunk all content because they can do that, that's shit. I don't like that. It's bad. I think it's shit. That is what it is. And you can hate on me for saying that because obviously it's super easy to be like, hey, always online game bad, but I think for ARPGs specifically, they should always be online. They should. Generally speaking, unless it's a casual single player one, okay. But if the basis of the game is that it's one that's getting updated and there's huge multiplayer elements, no, it should always be online. It should always be online.
Terrible coincidence. If only there was a way to make video games playable without an internet connection, but just technology hasn't gotten to that point yet. Hopefully someday. Oh wait, technology has caught up to that point because in the Beelzebub mod for Diablo 1, you get 50 tabs of storage right off the bat. If you can pick it up, you can store it. That's the philosophy Diablo games need to have. The Beelzebub mod apparently was also made by one guy. One guy managed to accomplish what 9,000 people at Blizzard couldn't. This is what teams are working diligently to improve so that we can have more stash ASAP.
I mean, he's kind of making it. He's making an argument right now, which is they're not two things are not the same. But it's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
If only you guys worked diligently on this in the 6 years of fucking development time you had. Oh man, were you guys snorting coke in the bathroom and stealing the female employee's breast milk again? Huh? Were you doing that?
Dude, he's saying all the buzzwords, but it's funny, so it's fine. He's doing everything. He's just busting them out. He's got like a list of things to say where everyone just like, true, Blizzard bad. There's a guy literally just drinking breast milk at that Blizzard HQ. Come forward, let's go.
Too bad there was not a single brain cell amongst the 9,000 employees who worked on Diablo 4. And not one of them thought to bring up the issue of limited storage space in an RPG about collecting loot.
I don't. That's to be fair with you. He's got a massive point here, which doesn't get talked about enough. Is how the fuck did anyone with any level of competence when it comes to ARPGs and playing them play the game and just level a single character up to max level, not be like, dude, stash space is fucked. What are we doing to fix it? How did that not happen? Like, how did that not happen? Legit, how did that not happen? Because that was immediately apparent to me. Like, that upon even my character being at like level 75, I was running out of stash space. How the fuck did the game get to that point? Because they shouldn't have been fucking released with that much stash space. That was the most obnoxious shit ever.
Not one. You expect me to believe you hired fucking vegetables to make this game? No. Obviously, that idea is so outlandish, it can't possibly be true. So the real reason the stash is so limited is by intention. And then they say they're gonna try to introduce a gem tab in later seasons. It's gonna take time. Why are you guys so efficient? Why do you guys work like a well-oiled machine when you're making the game worse? But when it comes to like easy no-brainer fixes, it's like, bro, give me 6 months for that, man. That's a tall order. Gem tab? Are you crazy? We can't just throw that together in 6 years. Come on, man. Maybe buy some items in the store. Maybe we'll work faster.
This is something that is clearly
Yeah, no, it is kind of crazy. I think it's a trade-off, though, right? It's a trade-off between stability, right, and it's to do with, I think it's to do with all the consoles and shit, and like getting all the approvals for. I think it's to do large patches, right? No, it is. No, it's because the game is coming out on PlayStation, Xbox, computer, and when they can make a change that's like purely like server side, they can make it, right? But when it comes to like patching those consoles and all this other dog shit, they do test. No, you must admit. Okay, how often do GGG release a patch that fucking breaks their game? All the fucking time. How many times does a fucking league launch and the game's crashing because they've had minimal testing and it's like crashing every 2 seconds or the frame rate's fucked? So often. And do you know why? It's because they work fast and they release patches. They go quick. It's like, oh yeah, there's a problem. Bang, they fix it. But they don't do this hardcore QA testing. Whereas Blizzard's like the opposite. It's like the sloth. that moves in slow motion, but it's meticulous. And generally, you know, when it does fucking finally get its little paws around and making the change, hey, it's at least had some amount of testing to make sure the game doesn't crash and it's at least stable, right? Well, that's generally the strat, right? Slower but more thorough, right? I don't know if sloth is the best analogy, but yeah, they're slow as fuck. They are.
Has been addressed since day one. Blizzard saying they know this needs to happen, but now we're saying that a gem tab isn't going to be there until season 2, maybe season 3.
Oh, by the way, to be clear here, I prefer the fast. I prefer the rough and fast technique. By the way, I prefer they get the changes in fucking straight away, fast as fuck, but sometimes it goes a little bit wrong. You know, I prefer it. I just to be clear, I prefer the GG method. Just to be clear, because by the time they make their fucking change, nobody cares. Everyone's quit. It's too late. Like, if you take 3 weeks or 2 weeks to implement a change, which is fucking the entire game over, guess what? Everyone's already quit by 2 weeks. You're working in the wrong time scale. It needs to be days. It needs to be days. It's literally you're better off releasing something fast that at least fixes the main issue, even if it is a bit jank, right? Straight up.
Like, it just can't take 6 months to add a gem tab. Not when you have 800 million in revenue, but there's things like this that are just taking too long. I mean, this is 2023. There's thousands of games. You can't take a year to add a gem tab. If you're evolving that slowly, you're dead. You're gone.
Yeah, true,
it's over.
True.
So in my Diablo 4 review, I talked about how dumb and boring the stats and itemization are. Jesus Christ, I did not do it justice. I did not even scratch the tip of the penis on how bad and maliciously designed Diablo 4's loot is. Okay, you want to see how crazy it is?
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
Holy fucking shit. Look at all these affixes. This section alone is just for calculating damage. Look at this nonsense.
Yeah.
Damage while shapeshifted.
It's funny because this is a part of, I think I was very critical about his video whenever he said like the items were too complicated and confusing for him to understand. And then my point was it looks complicated, but it's not even complicated. And it's just it's just bloat that does nothing and makes it confusing and doesn't even help people, right? And it was like because he was saying it was too much, but now it just means nothing. It's just like it just says you do increased damage. It's just a single line, right? It looks overcomplicated, but it's actually the most basic shit ever.
Damage while werebear. Damage while werewolf. Damage with werebear. Damage with werewolf. Hey genius, how about you simplify all that into one that says damage while shapeshifted? You could do that and it'd work perfectly. Damage versus frozen, damage versus dazed, damage versus immobilized, versus knockdown, stunned, trapped, slowed, tripped. How about damage versus crowd controlled? No, that's too simple, Act Man. This is artificial complexity at its most obvious and absurd. I have never seen such an asinine method of calculating damage in any other RPG in my lifetime. So the obvious question, once again, why is it designed this way? Well, if you've been paying attention, you should know the answer already. I'll sum it up for you in one Reddit comment. I feel like I spend more time looking at gear than playing. That is mission accomplished by Blizzard. That was their exact intention. That is why there are so many affixes and pointless niche modifiers that you don't give a shit about. So you spend more time looking at the loot, more time grinding.
It's not even compelling loot though. It's not even, I don't agree with that. It's like once you understand it, it's not even compelling at all. Once you understand loot, it's not compelling. So I don't even agree with it. It's good. You should be like scrutinizing loot and trying to find out if loot's good or not. But that's with compelling items, with interesting roles and interesting stats. Like, oh, this could be really sick on this build or that build. The issue with Diablo is, no, there's very little difference between a GG piece on one character versus a GG piece on another character. Outside of like, maybe one build needs cooldown reduction, the other build doesn't. Or, oh, this build has like plus to skills and that one doesn't. Otherwise, it's all the same. And it's super homogenized, right? So it's not even, I don't know. It's not good. It's bad. But a good game, a good RPG makes you sit there and scrutinize loot. Like you were looking at me choosing items on Baldur's Gate. Okay, dude, that was really hard. You'd see items and you'd be like, well, technically in this situation, it would be better to use that and then this one here. And I turned out I would actually switch items around. You want to see some compelling loot? Play Baldur's Gate, bro. Okay, play Baldur's Gate. Log into that. They've actually got really, really well balanced loot. Although in saying that, the legendary items were fucking straight up OP. Maybe the legendaries were too good, but then again, it's an RPG, and that was part of the fantasy, right? You stole like this insanely fucking just insane mace, the Blood of Lythander. It's fucking cracked. It is what it is. But that you should be looking at loot. I think RPGs where you don't care about loot are boring and bad. I think RPGs you should spend like there should be a large percentage of the time spent playing the game should be looking at items and loot. And when I say large percentage, I don't know what that number is. Somewhere between 10 to 30% of the time, you should be looking at loot. Straight up, a good one, but not like dog shit, trash, uncompelling. Because in D4, you just highlight over it. Low eye level, low eye level, low eye level, low eye level, low eye level. You then one's high level. Okay, what is it? Is it got vulnerable on it? Is it got crit on it? Is it got quarter action on it? Oh, okay. No, salvage. You keep going. That's it.
So you can spend more time re-rolling those affixes that you actually want. It's no different than what they do with loot boxes. They put a bunch of dumb shit you don't care about in the loot boxes to elevate the stuff you do care about, to dilute the odds. This is
wait till he realizes that like ARPGs are just everything's a loot box. Wait until he realizes that's the point of a game, dude. That's the point. Like every time you kill a mob, it's a little loot box.
Not good design. This is not fun. It's not interesting or satisfying. But again, remember what I said. Try to understand the logic of Blizzard's decisions and approach these things as if they are trying to make a good game. You're going to be confused. None of this is going to make any sense.
Chat, spoiler alert, guys. Generally speaking, crafting in ARPGs, crafting in, like, for example, in Path of Exile, some of the best crafting, guess what it is, dude? It's fucking gambling, bro.
To you because you have the misconception that Blizzard is making Diablo 4 to be a good video game.
So how do you go about actually advancing this season journey? You check out your objectives and you do things like, oh, collect Gallow Vine, craft the chipped gem. You're actually making me go out of my way to craft the gem. Like at this point, you're just telling me, do this thing because I fucking told you to do it, and you're gonna do it because you're a bitch. Change your gear's appearance at the wardrobe. Why is this an objective? Just go to your wardrobe.
That's because the same guys who made the Diablo 3 one made the Diablo 4 one, bro. Because that's exactly, like, this is literally Ram Milady's gift. This is the exact same thing, bro. Like, this is it.
This is literally just a list of fucking chores, dude.
You have to look at Diablo 4 from the perspective of a morally compromised businessman whose only objective is to keep you playing longer, and they will pull out every dirty trick in the book to achieve that.
Interact with 10 waypoints. Oh, now you know why they purposely removed your waypoints that you had in the Eternal Realm so that they can then make it an objective for you to go back and collect them again.
Okay, dude.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right,
and by the
dude.
way, do remember their original...
These guys, dude, I swear to God. No! That's a reset, bro. Like, what the fuck? But okay, it's game design. I mean, dude, hey, it is what it is. I hate all this interface bullshit. I hate battle passes.
The plan was to
I hate this season bullshit.
have you to collect all of the altars of Lilith again. This was their original plan. This is what they had planned.
Well, I didn't need 30 damage affixes to play D2 for 12 years. Don't you think that having a good system will more likely retain players than artificially prolonging the game?
What you say is heresy.
You think you can just make a fun video game and people will play it for no other reason than that? That is not what the data says. That is nonsense. Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring thoroughly disprove this idea. This is why I'm so worked up. Okay, Blizzard has zero
BG3 good, Elden Ring good.
Zero fucking respect for your
D4 bad
time as a player. And therefore, you should give them that same level of respect. Fucking zero. Damage with frost. Damage with cold. Bro. Say psych right now, dude. So, with that being said, here's another $1 million question that only people with an IQ of above 160 can get right. Why did the preseason patch nerf damage across the board? So it takes longer. The only question needs to be asked...
Dude. No, dude. Okay, guys, he's got an agenda, right? This cunt has an agenda. Okay. He's painting everything in a light that's always... No. Their idea was the whole rebalance all the dungeons as well to nerf everything back at the same time. No. Do you think that... bro, it's all relative. Do you know what, though? Hey, yeah, dude, D4 bad. D4 bad.
asked in the campfire chat, please explain why you believe the game is more fun after the changes than before. Why?
Guys, they were trying to make itemization more compelling by nerfing some of the options that were completely overtuned. At the same time, they were trying to close the gap and the range, the fucking void, right? Is it not faster now than ever to get to 100? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it not faster now than ever to get to 100 in Season 1 than it was beforehand? But like pre-patch. It's still slow. Is it not faster than the beginning? Like post-patch is faster, right? It's slow as fuck, true. I think it is. It is faster, bro. 15 hours. Bro, it's faster, okay? The fact of the matter is, they made it fucking faster. Okay, or you could say the same, but it's not like it takes a massive amount longer, okay? So then if their goal was to make it slower, well, they're failing at their fucking goal, aren't they? Which is just question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't think they're like, oh, yes, we need to make it take 10,000 years for people to fucking hit 100. We need to make it take 100 billion. Yes, that way they'll buy more. No, bro. The fact of the matter is, it's faster level now in Season 1 than it was like before Season 1, post-patch. And there's even been more patches in between to, yeah. If you've listened to the campfire chats, which I've watched all of them, they specifically said there was supposed to be, the nerf patch was supposed to come in tandem with a Nightmare Dungeon nerf patch, but there was a desync, and then they just released the nerf patch, right? That's what they said. That's what happened, which I believe it. I believe it. And they did release the nerf patch now. Obviously, they should have just got the fucking Nightmare Dungeon patch in as well at the same time, and then people would understand. But yeah, I feel like that was the reality.
Cause shut your fucking mouth. That's why. Shut the fuck up, turn your brain off, and keep playing. Don't ever stop playing. Don't ever stop playing Diablo 4 for any.
You want to, obviously acknowledge everyone's feedback in regards to reducing player power.
Log out of D4 and play BG3, boys. Let me tell you, Baldur's Gate 3, one of the best games I've played. Honestly, if it wasn't for Elden Ring, I would say it was the best game I've played in the last 5 years. Straight up, log into BG3.
We know it is bad. We know it is not fun.
Can you ask the dev team why they hate me so much, as well as other sorcerers? Again, you see the same type of bewilderment from all the Diablo fans who are under this misconception that Blizzard is trying to make a good video game for them. They can't make sense of why the game is getting worse, more tedious and boring. Some of the nerfs they made are such an oxymoron. I have trouble believing this is not an inside joke, like an ironic comedy of errors. Cooldown reduction often felt mandatory due to the raw power. We imagine cooldown reduction will remain a highly desirable stat, but the penalty for not prioritizing it won't be as harsh. This stat is highly desirable by every single build, therefore we're making it worse, which in turn makes it even more desirable. This is
what they should have done is, in tandem with that nerf, also they should have nerfed CDR and gear, but then also reduced all cooldowns by like 10% to counter out that, to make it less desirable. So that means you can hit the thresholds more easily without needing, because that's what they should have done. And then that way they would have deprioritized it off the gear without like completely fucking people's playstyle over, because cooldowns directly affect gameplay, and it feels bad to play a game when your certain cooldowns take too long, right? But they didn't do that, which sucks. But I mean, their goal was to do that, but they just missed the mark, right?
chosen instead of buffing other builds. But that's how Diablo 4 has gotten worse. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I'm gonna be limiting the comments to just 100 comments, so see, because when you click this video, it has to load all the other comments of everybody else who's posted one, so I'm gonna limit that to 100, okay? All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace.
So stop holding.
Yo. Do you know want to some crazy shit? I think overall D4 is bad, and he's right. D4 is bad, right? But I think he does have a bit of an agenda here, and he attributes certain things to something that doesn't exist, right? And then you want to hear another hot take, chat? You want to hear another hot take? You want to hear some crazy shit? I think that the people working at Blizzard and working on D4 genuinely are trying to make the game better. And do you know what? I suspect that the Season 1 patch, I think overall the game's better than it was on release. I think dungeons have less backtracking. I think there's more density in the dungeons. I think it doesn't take as long to level up, which was a bit cunty. We have slightly more backspace now. I think generally speaking, if you were to have an absolute rating of the game, right? Okay, so there it is. So this is the game, right? So it releases. It's like, you know, this is 0, this is 5, this is 10. It released at like a fucking whatever, like a 5 or like a 4, whatever it released at. And then, do you know what? Season 1 came along, and I think, well, season 1's like here, right? Whatever. This is like, what? I think it just got, it got like slightly better. It got slightly better. Is this hot take, chat? I don't think the game got worse. I think right here, the patch made the game slightly better. That is what I'm saying. I'm saying here. Now, what I was hoping, though, the issue was this. I was hoping that this was going to be like, you know, fucking way higher. So I was thinking, okay, dude, Diablo 4 is going to be sick by like season 3. Now I'm not. Now I'm thinking, you know what? D4 is probably not going to be sick by season 3. And I'm thinking like, I'm looking more at like the season 7 kind of angle, season 8. I think like season 7, season 8. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. So like in 2 years, hey, we could get there. And I just don't think it got worse. I think overall, this is like farming outrage. And the game actually, technically speaking, if we're being honest, got slightly better. But yeah, people hate Diablo right now, and Blizzard is shit. And Diablo 4 in general is a bad game. And overall, I do agree with this sentiment that, you know, D4 could be so much better than what it currently is. And the devs are out of touch. And there's so many changes that they could make that are easy W's, but they're just not making it. And it's just like, what are you doing? And on top of that, the video is very funny and entertaining. Very funny and entertaining. Let's watch the very end now. Let's watch this. He's gonna say Blizzard is dead. And he says it's a zombie getting puppeted by Bobby Kotick, and you need to let it die.
Pulling out hope that Blizzard is going to come back. Everyone who founded Blizzard, all the principles that Blizzard was founded on, they're gone or they're dead. They've been desecrated. So let Blizzard go. That's my main message, is let Blizzard go. Appreciate what was created back when it was done, and stop holding out hope that it's gonna come back, because it's not.
There it is, dude. There it is. Let me look at the video as well, guys.
Because he is God Gamer. God Gamer. God